This is a simple social media feed application UI that I developed with React. And this is how I'm going to explain props and states within React. Basically, here we have components, right? This entire application right over here, my social media feed, is a component on its own. App.js is basically this entire application right here. And this entire page, it has a heading. So within app.js, you'll be able to see you have a list of posts, and then we have a post component here. So we also have post.js. It's another functional component on its own. Now within this component has properties. The properties within the post component include an image that usually doesn't change, includes the text within the post that usually doesn't change, and also a timestamp in which your post was made. For example, here under Bob Williams, the post was made 1 hour ago. So the timestamp does not change, the image does not change, and the text within the post does not change, right? You also have the author's name, usually doesn't change, and you also have this follow button. Now this follow button is a state because this state can change. I'm already following, but I can unfollow, right? So that state has changed. So that's why I said states usually change. The like button, so I have to log in before I'm able to unlike a page. You are logged in, so that's a notification I've gotten, so I can like. So the state of the post has changed. If it was a post that had no likes, the state of that post would be a post that's not gaining visibility on social media. But if it's a post that gains multiple likes, let's say the post has gone viral, that is a viral post. So that is the state of that post. If it's a post that doesn't have any comments, the state is that the post does not have any comments. If it becomes a viral post and it has multiple comments, the state of that post has changed to have multiple comments. So that's the difference between props and states. Your props are fixed within the post component, and your states like likes and comments, they keep increasing and decreasing depending on the state of that component. So we'll go over to the text editor. Within our React boilerplate code, you have public directory, which contains index.html. You have the source, which contains the code of your application, and app.css, app.js, index.css, index.js, post.js. So post.js, this is a different component you have within our app.js component. I'm going to take you guys through index.js. I think I can close my camera so that you guys have a better view of the code. So we are going to import React from React, and then we're also going to import the React DOM using the React DOM client. So the reason you're importing the React DOM client is that React uses a virtual DOM, which is called the React DOM, and this DOM must match the document object model of JavaScript. I'll go into deeper explanation on that. I'll do another video on the React DOM and the JavaScript DOM to tell you the difference between the two. So we are importing CSS from index.css. We are importing the app component, and we have the file path where the app component is. .app is the root directory, and /app is the name of the file, which is app.js. So we are importing report web vitals. This is used to analyze the performance of React. It doesn't render anything. So we have a root. So within the root, we're using the React virtual DOM, and we are getting the element ID by root. So within our public directory, we have index.html, which has the root HTML elements we are basically talking about within index.js. Now within our index.html, we have the title, the name of our application. We've called it React app. Maybe I could change it to social media feed app over here. I'll save the changes and you'll be able to see how that changes. But currently, at the moment, the title is React app right over here, and we're using default React icon within our code. So we're still on index.js. We are rendering, and we're going to use strict mode. This is also a performance enabler for React, and report web vitals. They're all performance handlers for React. So we also have index.css. So this is the styling of the index page. And then we have app.js. So within our app.js, we have our app. The entire page is a component within our React application. So we have an initial load of posts within our app.js. We have a post from a post ID, and then the author is Alice Johnson. It has an author profile picture. We have the text within the post right here, a beautiful sunset, and then we have a post image. We are also inheriting the initial likes of the post, like the likes that you see on a post before maybe you engage in it. You have a timestamp, and then you also have a state which is following. It's originally set to true that I'm following, but we're going to correct that when we interact with the application. We will change the state of whether I'm following the person or not. So all of this is within our app.js component, and then we have JSX. So within the JSX, we have a heading, and the heading has text that includes my social media feed. So if I can go over to the heading of my app.js component, it has my social media feed right here. So we also have a class name which contains a post container. So the post container is right here. It contains all the 3 posts that we have within our social media feed app. And then we are going to the .map method, and then we export default app, which is the app.js component. So this is what we are rendering. You can see the UI. So that's the explanation for the code that's on app component. We use the function declaration to declare the function, and then we are importing React. We are also importing app.css, the styling. We are also importing the post component. We are importing post from post. So within app.css, we have the background color for our header is blue. I think you saw it's blue. The general background is grayish white, something like that. And then our text is aligned to center. That's why our header is centered. We have an error right here. I think we can fix that. It's a typo. Let me correct that, margin.x. So once I press the save button, remember I made changes to the title. I think you can see the margin and the boundary is much more smooth. That's what we updated. So I'll go back to our code, app.css. That's the styling of our page. And then we need to go to the post.js component. So this is where we are using the hook to manage state. We're using both use state and use effect. What we're using use effect here for is to fetch external comments from other application users. So if I have a post, the comments come from external users on my social media website that are commenting. So that's why we're using use effect to fetch new comments. So we are also importing post.css. We have CSS styling for our posts. We have a background color. We have a follow button. We have the hover. All this is a styling for our post component. So you can see, for example, the like button. This is the background color for the like button, and then this is the hover for the like button. So let me go over to our post. So you have the like button. It's gray, you can see. So if you hover, it's supposed to probably change color to blue. So once I click it, it changes to blue, but this is the default color, gray, right over there. If the button is clicked, you can see the color changes to blue. This is all there is styling within our post component. So I think this is a bit self-explanatory. It's CSS code. You have a post card, background color is gray. You have post header, it's centered. The space between the text and the lines, there's a profile picture. It has header info, it has the author name, the timestamp. All that is your CSS code within post.css. Let's go down to the attributes within our post component. We have properties. The properties were already inserted within our post. The properties are the text enjoying a beautiful sunset, and then the image and the timestamp it was posted maybe 1 hour ago. Those are the properties. But now we have states. We have the like count state. We have whether the post is liked. We have the state of the comment. Are there comments within your post? Can we make new comments within the post? Am I following the person who has made the post? Am I logged in? This is also another state. So we have a use effect. If you remember well, I told you that hooks are always initialized at the very beginning of a React application. So use state and use effect are always initialized at the very beginning. We import React, and these are default states, inbuilt states within React. So use effects, we are fetching comments from other users, and we are going to make sure that our post has a post ID before we make a comment, and then we can try to fetch comments from other users. These are dummy comments that we are fetching. We have one from Alice, we have one from Bob. Great photo, looks like fun. They're the ones that are being fetched. So great photo, looks like fun. These are the dummy comments that we've input. So in case you have an error fetching those comments, so with React and JavaScript, you can also do error handling, and then you fetch the comments based on the post ID. The post ID is a property of our post. So this is how our code basically looks like. It's beautiful code. We have events handlers. For example, if I click on login, it will tell me you are now logged in. I think you guys already saw when I was trying to engage with a post, I engage with it, I'm already logged in. Let me try and refresh and see whether so. Please log in to interact. So that's an events handler, and I've pressed OK. You are now logged in. That's the part of the code snippet I was trying to explain to you. We have another events handler for liking. If you're logged in, I can like. So you can see the color is changing to blue before it asks me to log in. The previous count can increase by 1 or decrease. So if I like, it decreases to 25. If I like, it increases to 25. If I click on the like button again, it decreases to 25. We have an events handler for add comments. So if I click on the comments button, let me say great photo as well. So this is a new comment. So you can see the new comment is right over here, great photo, and it shows that I'm the one who posted it. So the moment we click, we have events handlers for adding comments. You can see I'm already logged in, but if I wasn't logged in, maybe if I can refresh the page again, if I wasn't logged in and I said great photo, the events handler will trigger whether you're logged in. So once I log in again, I can finally post. And we make sure that we trim the size of our comment, and then the author is me. I think you can see that the author was indeed me who did that. And then the date by default set to currently once you've made a new comment. You also have an events handler for following. So we're going to handle that event at the moment. Do I follow? You remember by default it was set to true, but I'm changing that. Let me follow other people. I'm following Bob Williams. He has a post, but he doesn't have an image. Too bad. So you have events handlers for all that. The like, if the post is liked, the moment I click, it will get a like. The comment section, it will show no comment yet, and then it will load the comment ID and the author, and then a text area for me to post comment. And the on-click handler for logins, you've already seen that. So to find this code, you can access my GitHub repository. Nick Sakwa is my GitHub username. I have React.js social media feed app with JavaScript. So I have a README file which talks about how you can run this application. You just have to clone it and you're good to go. You can see the code for this application. So for more content, I wrote an article on my Medium, also Nick Sakwa, about understanding the React JavaScript library. You can follow me on Medium. We also have a YouTube channel where I talk about programming, digital proximity. This is the main account. It's there with the blue logo. So we have a lot of Python videos. I'm now doing a React series. So I hope you guys benefit and have managed to learn a lot from the video. In case you get lost or stuck, you can always refer to documentation that is from React. We all get all this documentation. React is maintained by Facebook, and for you to get a better understanding, you need to visit the official React page. So I'll do another video on use effects. I'll go more in depth on use effects. This is part of the React video series. We also have a TikTok channel as well. We also have a page on X, on the X social media platform. So you can give us follow, like, and subscribe. We have a number of videos on programming on X, TikTok, and so many other social media platforms.